Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another Monday Night News with Novak today. I've got myself, Alex, and Harry here with me.
Let's do it.
Tonight, we are going to go through the rental crunch and why Sydney's rental market is at a low of this time in the year. Stay tuned. We're back. Monday Night News, 8 o'clock every Monday.
How are you, Alex?
I'm good, Harry. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. We're back in business.
We are.
We've got a hot topic today, ladies and gents. Why is Sydney's vacancy rate still so low? And as a matter of fact, it's almost at the lowest it's ever been, which is actually funnily enough. So why? Why is Sydney's vacancy rate? I'll let you answer the fun question of the night.
Well, I think it's a pretty broad answer. There's a lot of factors that kind of go into why the vacancy rate is low and why there's just not enough places for the amount of people we're getting. So I'll hit you with some statistics first off. So across the northern beaches, we'll just go DY in particular. I think there was 700 to 1,000 new people coming into the area over the past 12 months. So in the grand scheme of things, it's not heaps. But if you look at it in comparison to the new amount of units that are being built, so I think in the scope of the last 12 months, Casa del Mar including and Havana, I think there was only about 280 new units being built, scoped for 2025. So if you look at that for comparison, there's a lot more people coming into the area and not as many new developments getting built. Obviously, that doesn't take into account the new housing developments, but still, I can't see those numbers of new builds being as high as the people that are coming through. So it's definitely very interesting.
And I think to add to that, let's just address the elephant in the room. Population growth since 2021 in Australia, we've experienced almost a 10% growth. And I think that's been one of the biggest factors that's impacted this vacancy rate. It's like tenants are seeing all of these, a lot of people coming into the country, and then they're like sort of hurled at a ball, and they're like, oh, well, if there's so many people coming into the country, well then, those levels of demand in the rental market is just going to start going up. People are looking for a roof over their head. And I think that fear is why a lot of tenants are choosing, not to leave their rental, not to vacate. And I think that's a really, really big contribution. It's that increased population growth that Australia is not only experienced in the past, but is still experiencing. We're still expecting a lot of people to come into the country in the next decade as well.
We are, and look, you can see why. It's a great country. It's a great part of the world, Sydney. Not biased or anything, but it's a great area. You can see why people move here. Sydney alone has actually seen gets about an average of 2.94% growth per year. So it's a big number, and what falls off the back of that, a lot of people kind of wonder it's just rental increases. Really, if the vacancies are low and the landlords have the option and they know there's people out there all the time looking, they kind of have that leeway to keep the rent increases coming, put the rental prices higher, which is, we have seen a growth in the rental prices that we're getting. So it's everything kind of snowballs into the fact that there's a lot of people looking, not as many options. So you can kind of put that little bit of a premium on top of your property and you'll get it.
Yeah. And I've mentioned this before, and I'll mention it again. The right properties get leased super, super quickly. We're talking within a day. Which is kind of scary because you'll have, ultimately you'll have an open inspection and you'll have 10, sometimes up to 20 groups come for a rental, whether it could be a very small 1-bedroom, or it could be, a 3 or 4 bedroom house, and they could just get leased just like that. And it's scary for prospective tenants, and it's a challenge for a lot of people, not just on the Northern Beaches, but across Sydney as a whole, it's trying to secure that rental property is just becoming increasingly more difficult because of that. Because obviously those levels of demand, they're just continuing to grow. So
yeah, exactly right. I sort of might add to that too. If there's anyone out there that's watching who's in the rental market at the moment or is looking to get into it, just some advice on how to be prepared for that. So it's not preparation is key, really. So if you're out there and you're looking, have your application ready so that as soon as you leave the property, if they're a good agent, they'll talk to you about the application process and how to apply and send you the link to do that. Have it ready. So as soon as they send you that, or if you ask for it, you can apply straight away. So you can get your foot in the door straight away. Have all your references ready from your work, your previous rental history, have all that sorted. Same as your finances and all that kind of thing. Just have everything, all the documents ready to go. So if you do get asked or you have the opportunity to put an application in, make sure you hit the ball running.
That's it. And also another thing is that I'll let you touch base into this because I feel like you coming from a tradies background, Alex, I feel like you'd have a bit more knowledge. So when it comes to developers on the Northern Beaches, just building infrastructure, building residential unit blocks, do you think that the reason why we have an undersupply of stock on the Northern Beaches, do you think it's difficult for developers, to get approval from the council to actually build more infrastructure to actually help with that level of supply?
Yeah. Look, I definitely think it is a big factor into that. Everyone out there knows what councils are like. Sometimes it can take months. But for big developments, you can only imagine it'd probably take years to get things rolling. So I definitely think it does play a part. Land to put them to. When you look at DY as a whole, if you range from the Strand, say, all the way up until
Pittwater Road,
it's all pretty well full. You're not getting many big land opportunities. Or I know, some of the houses on the blocks, even around the Crescent or Wheeler Parade, if they do sell, it's not a massive block, and you just don't really see too many coming up. So that does stock kind of plays a part in that as well. I think there's a few factors in that, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see how the level of the vacancy rate, I should say, on the Northern Beaches, how it actually performs towards the end of the year and the new year to come, especially with the interest rates. I know we're talking about vacancy rates, but I think interest rates are also a really, really big topic word in particular when we're talking about the level of the vacancy rates as well. So we'll see how that number performs as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Beautiful. I think we covered all the hot topics. I don't think we should waffle on and about all the other stuff. Do you have anything to add, man?
Well, I just wanted to add as well, you brought up interest rates. I think probably a few months ago when they were at a high, we did see a few investors kind of sell up. So there goes another vacancy, really, isn't it? So you had investors with the interest rates going up. Some people couldn't afford to keep all their investment properties, so they were looking at selling them. And the people buying, if they weren't an investor, that's just another owner occupier. So you kind of lose that, and then you get more tenants back into the open pond of trying to find a new place. So it's a little bit of everything, and glad to kind of touch on a bit of a rental side of it this Monday. I know majority of the time it's sales, but
it's nice to touch base with the rent with the rental side of things,
because it is a massive part of our area. Really, us alone, I think it's over 2,000 managements. So I think it does get overlooked. A lot of the time, but it's definitely an important part of the real estate industry.
Nice, beautiful. I think that wraps it up, man.
It does.
I think that's a wrap.
Thanks everyone for watching. We appreciate it, and have a good Monday.
See you later, guys.